Welcome everyone. As you all know, we're here gathered for Fred Smith's initial IEP. So let's begin by introducing the team. I'll go ahead and start. My name is Talia Laguna and I am Fred's special education teacher. I'm Myra Kimmick, 6th grade general education teacher. My name is Reagan Blason, school psychologist. I'm Ashley Woods, speech pathologist and note taker. I'm Carla Smith, Fred's mother. I am Ted Smith, Fred's father, and I am the school principal. Okay, thank you everyone for introducing yourselves. I will pass out this form where you will sign next to your role so that we all know that you were present for this IEP meeting. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the meeting norms. So we work hard to start the meeting on time. People come as soon as they can, and they will inform the group if they need to leave early at the beginning of the meeting. We allow people to finish speaking. We take personal breaks as needed. We are respectful of one another in discussions of students, their families, and the professionals, programs, schools, and agencies that work with them. We actively solicit diverse ways of looking at things. We use person-first language such as child with autism versus autistic child. We recognize when more information is needed before discussion can proceed. We clarify actions that need to be taken by whom and when. We collaboratively determine agenda items for a meeting and important topics that should be discussed as a group. Right. So we can go ahead and proceed now to talk about the present levels of Fred. So, Fred loves math and science. His standardized test scores in math are above average, and he is excelling in the area of science. Fred enjoys doing our timed multiplication tables and our partner science projects. He is a very sociable student and enjoys talking to his classmates. Although Fred tries his best to be an all-star student, his classroom performance varies greatly. Fred's state reading and writing test scores did not meet standard levels. He remains at level 1 for both reading and writing. When faced with a complex or difficult task, Fred frequently whines and stomps his feet. When he is very frustrated, Fred runs out of the room and occasionally has left school grounds. So with that said, we're going to go over the test results once again. So for reading, the standard was not met. Fred is still at level 1 reading. For writing, the standard was also not met. He's at level 1. For math, the standard was met and he exceeded and is at level 3. For science, same thing, the standard was met and he is at level 3. So he does struggle a little bit with reading and writing, but he is excelling in math and science, so that is great. So those are his present levels and his test results, and now we're going to move on to the goals some of us have proposed for him. So the first goal, which was proposed by myself, is as follows. By December 2020, Fred will increase his use of coping and calming strategies, such as requesting a break, deep breathing, or counting to 10, when frustrated in 4 out of 5 opportunities as measured by teacher observation data. The next goal is also set by me. By December 2020, when in an upsetting situation with an adult, Fred will use his language such as I want or I need help, rather than his body, such as throwing objects, yelling, or running away, to express his feelings in 80% of opportunities over 2 consecutive weeks as measured by the teacher observation data. The next 2 goals are proposed by the speech pathologist Ashley. By December 2020, given a verbal or visual prompt, Fred will produce targeted speech sounds without errors in 3 to 4 word sentences with 80% accuracy in 4 out of 5 opportunities as measured by data collection. By December 2020, Fred will state a grammatically correct sentence using conjunctions such as and, or, but, for, yet, nor, or so, with 80% accuracy as measured by data collection across 2 sessions. So those are the goals proposed for Fred. And now we're going to talk about the services that he is eligible for. So let's go ahead and look at that. So Fred qualifies for speech and language therapy, which will be given to him 30 minutes a day, twice a week, which would be Mondays and Wednesdays for the remaining of the school year. So he will be pulled out of his classroom, his special education classroom, for speech twice a week, and he will see Ashley for 30 minutes a day for a total of 40 hours in the school year. In addition to that, he also qualifies for a permanent aide in the special education setting, which will be his support every day. She's an autism paraprofessional and very knowledgeable in the area of behaviors, and she will be with him as needed and for the remaining of the school year if needed as well. In addition to that, he also qualifies for tutoring from the counseling department once a week for an hour. So he will be pulled out of his classroom once a week for an hour, and that was provided for by myself, and a paraprofessional will be working with him, helping him with his homework or anything he needs help with. Okay, next we're going to talk about procedural safeguards and prior written notice. So I want to ensure parents that you guys received the procedural safeguards and your parental rights that you have, and that you received a prior written notice for this IEP at least 10 days in advance. Did you guys receive that? Yes? Okay, perfect. So now we're going to go back and talk about the least restrictive environment for Fred. Here. So Fred has displayed severe behavior challenges that are hindering him from learning in his general education classroom. However, he is receiving academic instruction in small groups of students, including special education and general education classmates. So we are making that transition of putting him into a special education classroom, getting him out of the general ed classroom because it is not working out, and because we want to provide as much help for him as we can. However, he will still be in small groups mixed with general ed kids, so he still has that interaction with them. So hopefully that will make a difference and help him in his learning experience. And now we're going to talk about ESY, which stands for Extended School Year. So Fred could benefit from further academic instruction because he will be able to practice the coping skills he was taught in the regular school year and hopefully apply them with more ease in the next school year. I really think that he will benefit from the extended school year because we are towards the end of the school year now. I think he will benefit from staying over the summer, and he will be able to apply these strategies that we will be teaching him and working on with him. Finally, to conclude, I would actively listen to and address the needs of families and other stakeholders throughout the meeting by acknowledging their thoughts and feelings during the process. I would repeat their statements to ensure that I have understood the message they are trying to get across. Thank you.